I reckon if we score a goal, I reckon it'll be Cameron Archer.
Clash, and they are well known for their resilience and ability to produce shock results. We go into this fixture with both managers under fire. The United boss Erik ten Hag has lost 2 of his opening 3 Premier League fixtures with a 3-0 defeat at the hands of Liverpool last time out, as the Merseysiders ran riot at Old Trafford. Saints boss Russell Martin accepted that he must live and die by the sword, as he vowed his team would not stop playing his vision, with 3 defeats from his 3 opening Premier League fixtures. The Matchday show is back. The Football Martin Matchday vlog is here. It's Southampton versus Man United. It's a crisp Saturday morning here in Southampton. It is a little bit chilly, but the sun is shining. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm a little bit early because I'm off to do a few bits for TNT Sport this morning, which I'm looking forward to. Their pre-match show. It's around 11 o'clock, I think it starts. Peter Crouch, Joe Cole on the show with Jules Breach. So really looking forward to meeting them. Great opportunity to go and give my thoughts as a Southampton fan this morning. I'm going to head round the ground, grab some score predictions, get a few thoughts on the game today. Yeah, I'll be doing my usual bits during the game as well. It's going to be an action-packed show, so stay tuned. Right, it's a slow, steady walk to St Mary's. I bumped into Brandon, who's with me. I'm going to grab some thoughts from Brandon now ahead of the game today. Brandon, we're here for Saints Man United. How are you feeling?
Nervous, to be honest. I think this could be a make or break game, well and truly. I think the way we play could fall into Man United's favour, but I think if we play quite well today, it should be okay. I mean, looking at the last few games, there's been chances of points, definitely. I think the goals that we've managed to concede playing out the back, obviously,
a lot of silly mistakes.
Yeah, I think after watching the mission to Burnley, it kind of replicates that, where they're
what a great show that is, by the way. Anyone tuning in, if
definitely.
You get an opportunity to watch it, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's one of them where I've seen it and I've gone, it's a bit scary, but at the end of the day, Russell Martin is persistent and he wants to play the way he wants to, and
it's not going to change, is he?
Yeah, I think it can be a problem, but today it's whether he's willing to make some of them changes. As he said, he wanted to give the players that came up from the Championship a chance. But we do have to change a little bit.
It's great to show loyalty, and it's brilliant that he has shown loyalty, but it's now time to use the reinforcements. They've brought some good players in. Who starts for you today? Who's your must starters? If you're picking your team now, who's your must starters?
Do you know what? I really think Leslie needs to go in alongside Downs.
Chitwell's class.
Definitely. I would like to see Diblin. Whether that chance is given, I think it's a bit of a 50-50. I mean, Mateus Fernandes the other day, the way he just runs around on the pitch, I think we need that energy after watching the Liverpool game.
Somebody's prepared to go and pick the ball up in midfield.
Definitely. If you saw the Liverpool game, as you said, everyone was running around in that midfield, and Mateus would offer that.
Yeah, we're going to need legs in midfield.
Yep.
Cameron Archer, does he start, yes or no?
I think we need to. I think Armstrong's had a few games where he's not been quite at where he was in the Championship. Obviously, Brereton Diaz, play him out on the right-hand side, possibly bring in Maxwell Cornet and bring Archer up the top.
Yeah, we've got great options. Massive squad of players.
Yeah.
Don't think we expected to be left with this amount of players right now, did we?
No, I think even Russell Martin said the squad is huge, and the way we've got the options we have, fair enough. I mean, we've got to see what it can offer, well and truly.
Yeah. Before you go, we need to do your score prediction. What is your score prediction today for the Saints Man United?
I'm never going to say we're going to lose. I would like to see a point on board. I think if we can get a draw, be a result, anything more, we'll be chuffed with.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Brandon. The Matchday vlog is well and truly underway. Great start to things with Brandon there, who speaks a lot of sense as always. We're going to head to St Mary's now, go and get some more fan predictions and bring you plenty of content from this beautiful Saturday morning.
I'm saying either 0-0 or 1-0. Obviously United haven't been terrific to start off with, neither have we. Obviously we scored last week, 2 weeks ago. I do think we'll get a sort of good result today.
It'd be nice to get a good result, wouldn't it? Pressure's kind of building a little bit. Did you find it a bit crazy that after 3 games there's people calling for the manager's head already?
I don't like it. I really like Russell Martin.
Me too.
And obviously at the end of last season everyone was on him, everyone wanted him. and obviously him signing the contract as well, I think they need to give him a bit more time.
With another United fan, score prediction for today's game at St Mary's?
Yeah, I think the match is gonna play 2-0 or 3-1.
Feeling quite confident, so I'm going to go with a 2-1 Southampton.
Yeah, I woke up feeling quite confident today. Who must start for Southampton for you today?
For me, it's got to be Leslie Chukwu, yeah.
He's a good signing, isn't he?
Yeah.
Good window in the end. Obviously, Aaron Ramsdale come in. I haven't seen you since Aaron Ramsdale signed. What a great bit of business.
Yeah, and I was winding up my dad as well because he's an Arsenal fan. So.
It's a great signing for us. Big game today. Not beating him here for 20 years. It's a long time.
No, but for me, it's a very Southampton thing to do, to go and beat the big teams.
2-1 Man U.
You'd go 2-1 Man U. He's usually a very positive fan. We've not beaten him here for 20 years. It's a long time since Saints beat Man United. Who must play for Southampton today for you?
Tyler Diblin.
Tyler Dibbling. What's Tyler Dibbling to play? Do you have a shirt yet?
Yes.
Oh, you do? He has Tyler's shirt as well. So Tyler Dibbling to start. Saints to lose, unfortunately. Then it's Ipswich at home next week. You coming down for that one?
Yes.
Legend. That's Charlie's prediction for today's game.
2-1 United.
Yeah. Who must start for you today? Give me the changes you've made today.
Must start. I don't know this lineup, but just get Stevens out. He's always shoehorned into the team. I don't like it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to play with the team. So like, we've brought all these defenders in, Charlie, Taylor, etc. Just get one of them in the start.
Would you go with the back four today instead of that back five?
Yeah, back four.
Yeah, go with the back four. Tyler Dibbling, start today?
100%. He's one of our key players. He does so much for the club. He came on against Cardiff and
quality, isn't he?
He played so much against. He done quite a lot against Cardiff. Again with Brentford as well. Came on one of our strongest players.
Yeah.
So I reckon he needs to start.
What's your feelings ahead of this one?
Well, it's been a rough start to the season because battered at home by our biggest rivals, so it's not the best start. But if we can get 3 points today, I mean, 2 wins out of 4 is not that bad of a start to a season, but it's not what we want.
Surprised at the performance against Liverpool? I certainly was.
Oh yeah, just didn't turn up at all. First 20 minutes we were fine, we were flying to be fair, and then we just collapsed. And it's but story of last season that the confidence, as soon as we concede, the confidence just goes, but it drains out of us. But
would you say today's a must-win game for Eric Ten Hag?
I think definitely because, and no disrespect, there's a newly promoted team, so I think if you don't get 3 points today as Man United, you should be very disappointed, really.
Yeah, no, I think the same. The shows I've been on, the United fans are saying he's under big pressure now.
yeah, I think part of the
Not
problem,
just because of this season.
No, I think part of the problem as well, bringing Ruud van Nistelrooy in as assistant manager, that's a big shadow over his shoulder. Obviously, legend for the United fans, good manager himself, so I think that adds pressure this season that he didn't have last season because there's a ready-made replacement there to step in if he doesn't do what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you made a few signings. Anybody you expect to potentially start today?
Well, we've got Ugarte because, well, Casemiro had quite a poor performance against Liverpool, to say the least, so if he can start today, hopefully play well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Do you think Casemiro gets dropped today after that performance at Old Trafford the other week?
I think he has to. I think De Ligt for me was immense against Liverpool. I know he had a bit of a shaky week midweek for his international performance, but against Liverpool I thought he was one of our standout players, to be fair, so I'm looking forward to seeing De Ligt again.
Can I grab your thoughts on the goalkeeper?
Well, he is crazy, definitely, but he makes some good saves, you know, he's a good goalkeeper. However, he was shaky in the Champions League last season. In the Premier League I thought he did alright. Well, it's not been the best defence last season, so he's done all he can, really.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
What about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, everyone forgets he saved us in the FA Cup final. Without that save from Kyle Walker, we don't win the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
So that everyone forgets. But we brought him in to play from the back and play with his feet. And he can't play with his feet. That's my concern. He's no better than De Gea for me for playing out from the back with his feet. So De Gea's a better keeper. So I don't know why we got rid of De Gea.
De Gea's a better keeper.
Yeah, I liked De Gea. I thought he was superb. Right, before you go, I want to get your score predictions for today's game. It's hard one to predict, isn't it?
It's hard to predict United.
We haven't beaten you here at St Mary's in 20 years.
Somebody told me that stat this morning. Yeah, I don't like stats like that though, because I've seen some bad performances from us against Southampton as well with grey kits and other things. But yeah, I think 3-1 United.
Yeah, only beaten us. We've only beaten you here once since we moved here from the Down.
I was going to say either 1-1 or 2-1 United. I think it's going to be tight. They're always tight at Southampton for us.
Yeah, and final aspirations for your season?
Well, we hope for top 4, but with United, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, you don't.
So we come third and then we came 8th. So
minimum top 4 in a trophy, it's got to be. Again, has to be.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Erik ten Hag is still the manager come the end of the season. Guys, thank you very much indeed.
thank you.
Thank you, mate. This is John video, yeah? Kai,
Yeah.
John, thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah, that's all right.
Travelled down today.
Yeah, from Blackpool.
How was the trip?
Good, yeah, not too bad. Nice easy journey this morning, to be fair. Yeah, 5 hours of a
I
journey.
love the shirt, by the way. It's a nice shirt.
Thank you. Yeah, I like the shirt, the throwback one, yeah.
Yeah, it is really nice. You got some nice kits this year, Adidas. Right, let's talk about the big game. Been online all week, different shows, chatting to different Man United fans. What's your feelings ahead of this one?
Well, it's been a rough start to the season because battered at home by our biggest rivals, so it's not the best start. But if we can get 3 points today, I mean, 2 wins out of 4 is not that bad of a start to a season, but it's not what we want.
Surprised at the performance against Liverpool. I certainly was.
Oh yeah, just didn't turn up at all. First 20 minutes we were fine, we were flying to be fair, and then we just collapsed. And it's but story of last season that the confidence, as soon as we concede, the confidence just goes, but it drains out of us. But
would you say today's a must-win game for Erik ten Hag?
I think definitely because, and no disrespect, there's a newly promoted team, so I think if you don't get 3 points today as Man United, you should be very disappointed, really.
Yeah, no, I think the same. The shows I've been on, the United fans are saying he's under big pressure now.
yeah, I think part of the problem,
Not just because of this season.
No, I think part of the problem as well, bringing Ruud van Nistelrooy in as assistant manager, that's a big shadow over his shoulder. Obviously, legend for the United fans, good manager himself, so I think that adds pressure this season that he didn't have last season because there's a ready-made replacement there to step in if he doesn't do what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you made a few signings. Anybody you expect to potentially start today?
Well, we've got Ugarte because, well, Casemiro had quite a poor performance against Liverpool, to say the least, so if he can start today, hopefully play well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Do you think Casemiro gets dropped today after that performance at Old Trafford the other week?
I think he has to. I think De Ligt for me was immense against Liverpool. I know he had a bit of a shaky week midweek for his international performance, but against Liverpool I thought he was one of our standout players, to be fair, so I'm looking forward to seeing De Ligt again.
Can I grab your thoughts on the goalkeeper?
Well, he is crazy, definitely, but he makes some good saves, you know, he's a good goalkeeper. However, he was shaky in the Champions League last season. In the Premier League I thought he did alright. Well, it's not been the best defence last season, so he's done all he can, really.
Yeah. What about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, everyone forgets he saved us in the FA Cup final. Without that save from Kyle Walker, we don't win the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
So that everyone forgets. But we brought him in to play from the back and play with his feet. And he can't play with his feet. That's my concern. He's no better than De Gea for me for playing out from the back with his feet. So yeah, De Gea's a better keeper. So I don't know why we got rid of De Gea.
De Gea's a better keeper.
Yeah, I liked De Gea. I thought he was superb. Right, before you go, I want to get your score predictions for today's game. It's hard one to predict, isn't it?
It's hard to predict United.
We haven't beaten you here at St Mary's in 20 years.
Somebody told me that stat this morning. Yeah, I don't like stats like that though, because I've seen some bad performances from us against Southampton as well with grey kits and other things. But yeah, I think 3-1 United.
Yeah, only beaten us. We've only beaten you here once since we moved here from the Down.
I was going to say either 1-1 or 2-1 United. I think it's going to be tight. They're always tight at Southampton for us.
Yeah, and final aspirations for your season?
Well, we hope for top 4, but with United you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, you don't.
So we come third and then we came 8th. So
minimum top 4 in a trophy, it's got to be. Again, has to be.
So that's starting 11 in full. Aaron Ramsey makes his home debut for Southampton in goal. Yuki Sigurd at right back, Jan Bednarak and Jack Stevens at captain. At centre back, Kyle Walker-Peters keeps his spot at left back as expected. But the midfield changes sees Ugochukwu and Fernandez come in for Aribo and Smallbone. Flynn Downs plays in that number 6 role. Tyler Dibbling, he gets his first ever Premier League start. Delighted to see him in the 11 today. Cameron Archer, he starts up front for Southampton. We've called for that one all week with Ben Brereton Diaz keeping his spot. So the big names to drop out today are Adam Armstrong, the talisman from last season. A tough call for Russell Martin, that one. And alongside Taylor Harwood-Bellis, who drops out as well. Russell has shown loyalty to players, but it's a results-driven business, and he wants to put his best 11 on the field. I think he's been really brave today, and I really hope Southampton get a result. I feel we've got players to hurt Man United today, with Leslie Ugochukwu and Flynn Downs in midfield. That will free up Dibbling and Fernandes to get on the attack and open up that space between the Man United midfield and their defence, and hopefully get Cameron Archer into the game as much as they can. Southampton Man United, it's around 10 minutes away from kick-off. 20 minutes on the clock. It's Southampton 0, Man United 0. Southampton have been the better of the two sides. To be fair, the best efforts come from young Tyler Dibbling, who cuts in off the left-hand on the right-hand side onto his left foot and makes a really good save from the goalkeeper. The midfield three have been superb for Southampton. Leslie Ugochukwu looks really good in central midfield. Cameron Archer striking up a really good partnership with Ben Brereton Diaz as well. But 20 minutes on the clock, it's Saints 0, Man United 0. Two on the right side. Fouled in the penalty box, and upset Cameron Archer, and the goalkeeper makes a save. It was a poor penalty though, it wasn't a very good penalty at all. And Southampton switched off. Man United scored from a corner, first one's unmarked. Delit, I think it was, with the goal. Unmarked from the corner, not good enough, and then we get opened up again, and Marcus Rashford ends up on the our right-hand side, unmarked, and he scores. Just not good enough, unfortunately, defensively. But yeah, Saints find themselves 2-0 down. Find it hard to find the words to witness what I've just seen, but absolutely gutted, because we played really well for the first 25, 30 minutes. The minute we missed a penalty, their confidence dropped, heads dropped, we switched off. Really disappointing, really unprofessional to do that. But there were some good performances in the first half. Tyler Dibbling, like I said, keep on about him. Matheus Fernandes had patches. Ugochukwu in midfield. Flynn Downs gave the ball away a couple of times, sloppy on the edge of the Man United box. They break it with numbers, and Kobe Mainoo in midfield for them is really, really good. Delit at the back looks good for United. I thought he's had a solid game, but it's going to be really hard to get back into this now. Russell will ring the changes at half-time, no doubt. Expect to see Maxwell Cornet, potentially Ryan Fraser. Needs to freshen things up really, really quickly. But you could see the confidence drift out of Cameron Archer the minute he missed that penalty. Didn't look the same player afterwards. But it's half-time at St Mary's. Southampton 0, Man United 2. O'clock, it's Saints 0, Man United 2. Substitutions from Russell Martin, Adam Lallana comes on, Maxwell Cornet comes on, the Loch Ness Drogba comes on. That's right, you're correct. Ross Stewart is on up front. Hopefully he can make a difference. Saints just about in it, but it's all been United. Going to need a goal in the next 10 minutes or so to get back in this game. But you never know, football can be a very strange thing at times. Saints down to 10 men. Captain Jack Stevens is sent off for high studs on Garnacho. Wasn't great from where I was. First thoughts for me were, high studs. VAR won't overturn that, and they didn't overturn it. Everybody wants him dropped. Well, he will be dropped now because he won't be able to play the next league game. The Saints have been a poor second half already. Not been particularly enjoyable. United have controlled the game. Saints not really caused any real... not really caused any problems to United at all. Cornet's come on, struggled to get into the game, as has Ryan Fraser, to be honest. Adam Lallana made a bit of a difference in midfield, better in the transition when he's on the field, but it's 82 minutes on the clock. It's going to be a defeat for Southampton. Time, just a minute left, and Garnacho scores. There's a surprise. So it's Southampton 0, Man United 3. Saints been totally outbossed the second half, but that's setting off. Jack Stevens killed the side in the end with lost any impetus we would have had anyway. Not that we had a great deal. We had a shot at goal since that penalty, I don't think, to be honest. No shot on target. An opportunity now to go and get some post-match fan reaction. As the final whistle goes here at St Mary's, Southampton defeated by Man United. Give me your thoughts. 3-0 defeat.
It's clearly not our best performance. Archer's penalty as an immediate starting
Dreadful,
point.
Wasn't it?
Until that point, I thought we were doing really quite well.
Well, didn't we?
We were dominating. Yeah. Unfortunately, we were sat in the Northern, which meant that it was all down that end, and we were like, next half, it'll be this end. It wasn't.
It didn't happen at all, did
No. Archer's penalty, you're meant to score. Is it 70% of penalties are scored? Yeah. We should have scored that. I would have personally not put Archer. I would have put...
I was surprised he took it as well, actually.
I was surprised you took that. I was thinking maybe Downs. He could have taken a better penalty.
Usual penalty taker wasn't on the field. Adam Armstrong dropped today. Big decision.
I was surprised to not see him today. It's nice to see Fraser back though, as my favourite player for a long time has been Fraser.
We like
Wee Man.
We do like Wee Man. Anyone stand out for you in the Southampton side today?
Although 3 in the end went in, I was surprised at Ramsey. He made some incredible saves. I thought he's been a real asset to the team. If it was McCarthy, I would have expected 4 or 5 in.
Yeah, no, he did well, Aaron Ramsdale. He rung the changes today, Russell. Didn't pay off in the end. Like you say, we started well. Missed the penalty. We didn't have another shot on target after that. I don't think we had another shot.
No, I didn't see any sort of forward pressure from Southampton. As you've noticed, Joe isn't here. And he's so upset. He's gone straight to the pub and said, "I can't relive that all on camera."
Yeah, it was a tough watch in the end, that second half, wasn't it?
It was brutal. Could have left at half time and just been, if anything, happier because it was just painful to watch that and to get a red card as well.
Let's talk about the red card. Jack Stevens, the captain. I've watched it back. He goes in with his studs up.
Does he?
And he jumps. Yeah, he jumped in. It wasn't a great tackle. This is your captain.
From where we were sat, we thought. That's a bit harsh, potentially yellow, but if he went studs up, that is, well, it's just, that's the law of the game. You got to get a red card for that. It's unfortunate to see. It'd be weird to not see him next game.
He misses 3 games now. It'd be three games. So everybody's wanted him dropped. Well, he won't play now, that's for sure. Let's look ahead for the rest of the week. It's a big week, isn't it? Because we head to Goodison Park in the League Cup. If we go out, it doesn't matter, but it's an opportunity to give people game time. And then the big one here against Ipswich, isn't it?
Well, Ipswich we've got a decent chance. Going again up to Everton. Pardon?
Must win for you?
It's a must. I think Russell Martin has maybe 5-6 more games left in him before the fans start. Yeah. Unless something changes, the fans are going to be. They're not going to be happy.
A defeat against Ipswich, and it would really mount pressure.
That would be the last nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. I agree.
It would be a real shame. Up to Everton. I fancy our chances. I'm worried about the away support. I don't think there's going to be too much. because it's, I mean, to Cardiff there was ample space. But Everton even further. I don't see that there's going to be a huge Southampton presence, but I think we've got a good chance at winning there.
Yeah, no, I hope so. I really appreciate the time. You've summarised the game really, really well.
Oh,
Hopefully we
thank
can
you,
get a
Martin.
result next week. You've been a superstar, Chris. Thank you very much. Final thoughts. Charlie and Ellie are with me. Usually very optimistic fans. Aren't you usually?
Yeah, we think it was a really good performance in the first half. I think it
First 30 minutes.
It felt really good, didn't it? And yeah, they missed the penalty, and it was sort of went downhill from there a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. Talk to me about that penalty. It was a poor miss, wasn't it?
It was a poor penalty, but at the end of the day, we'll move on to the next.
Yeah.
We'll come back. We'll bounce back. And
We're
it's
going to
what it
have to bounce back next week because we take on Ipswich Town. So tell me how big is that game?
It's a massive game, isn't it?
Six-pointer?
Yeah, it really is, because at least one of us will go down at the end of the season, won't we?
Yeah.
You think that? So, Saints have got a really good opportunity. I think we've got a really great squad. We've got a decent sort of, I'd say, lower mid-table squad, sort of. So, I think we ought to be picking up some points soon.
Yeah, no, we need to start picking up some points. Give me some positives. You're positive fans, so give me a couple of positives from today's game.
Tyler Dibbling.
How good is he?
Oh, he's amazing. We love him, don't we? Tyler Dibbling.
Brilliant, yeah. He really, really reminds me in the way he moves and the way he's very languid. He's very he reminds me of Matt Letizia in the early days, So I'm not saying I'm not put pressure on him, but he moves in a similar way to Matt.
He's fearless, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's fearless. He sort of appears out of nowhere. He sort of just drifts in and out of the game. I think he's really going to be a star in the future.
And he's so young. I think that's what we've got to remember.
18.
He's so young. So in a few years' time, he's going to be a huge, huge player for us.
Yeah, no, he will be a huge player. Huge player for us today. I thought was Aaron Ramsdale goal. Thoughts on him?
Yeah, absolutely love Aaron Matchday. The most exciting signing we have had in years.
Yeah, really, really good. I can't remember being this excited about a signing. So teams that get promoted, really, one of the big positions you've got to get right is the goalkeeper, isn't it? And I think we've really done that. So hopefully we can build on that as we go through the season.
Yeah. So looking ahead to next week, I feel we can win it. Going to have to, aren't we?
Absolutely. We are. I mean, I am an optimist sort of Saints fan. I feel we're going to win every week, no matter who we're playing. But our squad, you've got to look at our squad and Ipswich's squad. We have got to win that game. Absolutely must win.
Didn't they have 11 out of 11 in the first game were Premier League debuts?
Yeah. Something
We've
like
got a little bit of Premier League experience over them. So if we don't win that game, then I think it might be a long season ahead. But I'm confident that we're going to get a result next week.
A few people calling for the manager's head the last couple of weeks. A bit crazy after 4 games now. He's done a good job here, isn't he? You think they stick with it? They should stick with him, shouldn't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. We love Russell. We love him, and I think we've got to give him a chance. We're 4 games in, 4 games in, I think, and that's not a conversation that needs to be had at this time, in my opinion.
Completely agree. I mean, he's got the thing I like about Russell Martin is, regardless of the pressure he's under, regardless of the criticism he gets, he sticks to his guns, and you don't often get managers with the balls to sort of really say, this is my style.
Yeah.
And he'll live or die by that, and maybe he'll get sacked later in the season if results don't pick up, but I respect him for his style.
And the changes he made today, I think I respect him for the fact that we've had the few weeks we've had. Today we've gone in, we have lost, but he's made the changes, and he's made the positive changes, because today was a positive game. The first 30 minutes, I thought, if we play like this for the rest of the season, we'll be fine.
Jacob, thank you for joining me on the Football Martin channel. You're a big fan of the channel. Give me your thoughts on today's game against Man United, 3-0 defeat.
I don't think it was the best. We should have played Adam Armstrong.
Disappointed to see Armstrong dropped. It was a big decision for Russell Martin, wasn't it?
And Jack Stevens, that red card, that wasn't the best decision for the referee.
Yeah, he's going to miss now 3 games through that sending off. Do you think he's a big miss? I think he's a miss. Disappointed with the result. You're as disappointed as me. Any positives for you today, Jacob? When you look at the team, anyone you stand out and say, I thought we played quite well?
I thought Ben Brevins and Diaz did quite well in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. What about young Tyler Dibbling? Do you like him?
Yeah, he's quite good.
He's a good player, isn't he?
He's class.
Really good player. Big game next week against Ipswich. Do you see that now as a must-win game for Saints?
Yeah.
Think we'll win it?
Yeah.
Be amazing if we can. Really appreciate you coming on my channel today. Right, the Matchday show is coming to an end. I hope you've enjoyed my vlog today. Some unbelievably good people to come on the show at the end there today. Really grateful to everybody that give me their time today. Some honest opinions, some really good opinions as well, and That's what this show's all about. This is why I created it, to get to the heart of the fan base and to bring you that raw emotion at the end of a game and during a game. Rambled a fair bit during the game today, but I want to give my honest opinion on what I'm seeing and feeling at that moment in time. I thought for 25 minutes Saints were really good today, but unfortunately good 25 minutes don't win you football games. Whilst we were good and there were some good performances, and in that 25 minutes we weren't able to see it through and win the game, and that's the key, isn't it? In the Premier League, it's a brutal league. We missed the penalty. I just saw on X, actually, in Twitter a minute ago, that Cameron Archer's never took a penalty in the whole of his football career. Ben Brereton Diaz, he's taken 7 and scored 7. So you have to ask the question, why didn't Ben Brereton Diaz take that penalty today? If he's the man on the field that takes penalties, I think he had the ball in his hand at one stage, but he didn't end up taking that penalty, which is a strange one for me. But yeah, final thoughts. Massive game next week, a must-win game for the club, for everybody involved. I think we have to beat Ipswich next week. There won't be any room for error now, because we need to get points on the board really quickly, because we'll become a laughingstock quite quickly otherwise. My final thoughts on that sending off as well. I've watched that back several times. Got to have better from the captain, really. He's lunged in there pretty nastily, really. It wasn't a very nice tackle. There's a lot of fans saying it was a yellow card. It was a red card. He misses 3 games, and Taylor Holbert better to come back in. Massive shout out Tyler Dibbling, if you're tuning in to watch the channel, mate. You were freaking amazing today. Fearless, brilliant. I think the manager said he didn't want to take you off today for the reason that you were so good. Cramped Dibbling, that was the reason why he come off. But all in all, a disappointing day for St Mary's as I walk home. The sun is shining, it's nice and warm. I'll be back again next week for another Matchday show as we take on Ipswich Town back here at St Mary's. But thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you do smash a like if you've enjoyed the video today. Give me your honest thoughts and your comments in the comments box below. And subscribe to the channel. That's it for now, and I'll see you again next week.